Decent. Decent. Alright guys, phase 1 complete. Coilover swap is all ready to rock and roll. Got the 4-link set up on here with their custom 4-link bracket. Nice data plates, all laser etched with the shop logo, looking pretty sweet. I'll tell you one thing though, once you go coilover, there is no going back. A lot of modifications to the actual spring perch on the frame. Had to cut off the socket for the coil spring that came on here from the manufacturer. Do a little bit of drilling, a little tapping some threads in the frame to get these 4-link bars mounted up. Kits like this, definitely a lot of work compared to, you know, your average kit, but when it's all said and done, it will totally be worth it. So stay around. We're definitely going to show you the process of getting everything else mounted up on this kit. Alright guys, phase 2 complete. We got the center cradle wrapped up and mounted on the frame here. Lots of drilling and tapping. That whole center cradle gets tapped into the frame channel there. But kind of ties everything in pretty nice with the custom laser etch plate on there. Looks pretty good. We got the rear end all decked out, ready to rock and roll. The rear end setup is a lot more smooth rolling than the front, that's for sure. Pretty basic, pretty average. Tapered blocks in the rear just to drop that axle. New extended sway bar links here. We also have the 2.5-inch body rad flow shocks and the reservoirs on there as well with a custom mount and also laser etch badging there. So that looks pretty sweet. Once we get the truck dropped on the ground on its own weight, I'll be able to set the track bar length. That's why we don't quite have that track bar on there right now. We don't want too much preload weight pushing back on that.
Wait. They got to see it though, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's toss it up. Give you a look. Here we go. That's the nice part about that center cradle. This front mount will end up going there, and everything will kind of flow in. It'll all get tossed on there pretty sweet. So the whole unique look of this lift and the data plates will all flow nice and smooth together all the way to the rear. So that'll be pretty sweet. Like I said, the only reason we don't have that up there right now is just because the preload adjustment on it, we don't want any binding or too much stress on this, you know, sitting in its neutral riding position. So once we get it dropped down, we'll get that thrown up there and it'll kind of tie everything in pretty good. It'll look pretty sweet. We also got kind of phase 3 of the lift kit done. So swing back up to the front here. Now, once we start running some nice wide tires up front, we're going to put as much caster in the alignment as we can to keep this thing riding nice, true, and straight down the road. But wide tires, man, I tell you what, it is nice to have a healthy set of stabilizers. Now, this is pretty overkill, and I'll be honest with you. When we went to go throw these reservoirs up here, we didn't even know how they were supposed to hook up. I could not find pictures anywhere. We've never done a 2.5-inch body dual reservoir setup before. Stryker didn't have any instructions on this shock setup. We kind of had to figure it out ourselves. Doesn't look like a whole lot going on, but like I said, all the SEMA trucks, everything, we could only find one picture online of how we should actually mount these reservoirs. So we got that figured out. Definitely looks pretty killer, and it'll definitely help keep any bump steer, any of that stuff out of this truck when driving on the road. It should still track and ride absolutely awesome. But that kind of just ties the whole front look in. Once this axle comes up, this will be kind of in the way. So we did actually order a tremor balance for this truck. It'll be nice and short up here. It'll just give the whole front end a little bit better look, make it look a little bit taller. Going up in the air anyways, we're obviously not super concerned about the aerodynamics of this unit here. So, all right guys, up next is part 3 of the Zeus build. Still got a lot of work left to do. Got tons of lights to throw on this thing. I can already hear the thunder gods coming down and talking to me. An absolute disgusting set of tires and wheels to get mounted up. So make sure you stay tuned for part 3. Hey guys, change of plans. We actually realized that if we showed you the lights and the wheels, we'd be showing you way too much. So, we actually just got done filming the grand finale end results of everything. So in a couple of days, the end video is going to get posted, and then we're actually going to do another video, full walkthrough on basically complete build list, showing you everything, how it all went together. So you're going to want to make sure you stay tuned.